was born ready.
Or
Bjorn.
beyond ready.
Nobody's beyond ready. No one can handle that.
Cool. Right. So, to my memory, and based on the quick recap that I read from Kat's synopsis given, we ended the last thing with you talking to Lady Esmeralda, who explained things been stolen. Please find things. Information will be sent via messenger with leads and such and stuff and things.
And that's right. If I remember rightly, the list was there, but not there.
Yes, and it is still there, but not there. But one of the things I can remember being there was a bone dog.
Bonesley?
Bonesley the Bones Dog, yes.
Bonesley,
Yeah, boy.
the bone dog.
God, he must be chewing on himself all the time. That must be really, really hard for that dog.
The temptation.
It would be quite difficult for him to not chew on his own leg, yeah. So, we will enter the day, enter the scenario, enter the session. You find yourselves in a very resplendent, comfy, cushy lodgings provided by Lady Esmeralda for the party. You are in one of your rooms. If you want to fight for whose room it is, you can. Otherwise, it's just one of the rooms provided. They're all very stately, very fancy. This is a picture I stole from the internet, which is a real room in a real castle that you can actually stay in. But it looked very medieval fantasy, and almost like it was something from an animated, like, picture-y thing, so I stole it.
Nice.
Didn't look where it was, so I can't tell you. But yeah, basically, big stately medieval type sort of fantasy lodging that's been provided. Very expensive, more than you could any of you could have hoped to have afforded to stay in at any point so far. Lyrindel and Elvira are off chasing down leads of their own with their various contacts in and around the city to see if any of the people that they know around and about might have heard of anything going on or have any leads. So they're off doing their own thing. You three are currently in the room. Would there be anything that you guys were discussing, anything you were wanting to say, anything you want to talk about? Have a little brief sort of 10-15 minute role-play into character chat scenario.
So why are we all in the same room? Or
Well, you can all be in the same room, or if any of you want to not be in the room, you can be, but this is the room we're going to base the stuff in. So we'll say it's one of the three of yours rooms. If
Is it
any
like
of the
the
three
morning
of you,
after or just after where we...
it's the morning after. So the morning after you've had the fake fight that was magically derived and nobody could die, yada yada. Had the conversation with Esmeralda. She's then put you up in some very nice cushy lodgings, not at the tavern that you were at the time, but somewhere else in the upper echelon area of the city. Because she's obviously got connections. She's put you somewhere really nice and fancy. Probably will leave Imril a little bit out of sorts because she's used to being in the woods and the trees and
yeah,
not in a cushy, comfy living situation. And this is the sort of room that Beyond and Benny would probably dream of getting once they've reached like mega stardom and can afford the luscious things that fame can buy.
Can I say this is Benny's room because Beyond would be sleeping on the floor next to the bed?
Sure, yeah, this can be Benny's room then, because I imagine if Imril had been given a room, she'd probably have gone, yeah, this is nice, and then gone outside
yeah,
to sleep in a tree somewhere.
yeah. Or she would have slept on the floor, or just yeah.
Big blanket full of leaves, just to...
I'm still toying with an idea in my head of what Benny would do.
Go on.
He's rock and he's roll and he's in a hotel room.
So is he going to trash the room? Is that what you're saying?
I'm not sure. I'm thinking that Benny might do that because he leaves. It's his autograph. He leaves. But
Craig's gonna die.
he's thinking to himself, I probably can't afford the repair bill at this place.
I mean, I can tell you now, you definitely can't afford the repair bill. The bed alone is worth 1,000 gold.
So I'm toying with the idea. But if everyone wants to come into my room, then I can maybe discuss that before we leave, and
should attract the place.
Beyond.
No, it's not rock and roll anymore, and it's not cool.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm being stereotyped. I'm faking drugs. I was flirting with a woman with her boobs out, and I'm in a hotel room. It's hard not to do it.
It's hard not to bard.
You do you. If the way that you would deal with this room is to decimate it upon leaving, then you do you.
I'm contemplating it, but hopefully beyond the voice of reason in the band, might be able to tell him.
Beyond hates that you trash rooms.
Yeah.
He absolutely hates it.
Does he clean up afterwards, sneak back in and tidy back up again?
Oh, I tell you what.
As best he can.
Yeah.
If he could cast mending, he's just going around fixing all the stuff that got broken.
Homebrew item. If Bjorn can get some sort of ring of mending, then we would be.
Remind me again, Craig. What? Remind me again. What class is Beyond?
He's a barbarian rogue.
Right. So no magical powers of which to speak.
But yes, I will be in the room, and
do you know what? Just because it's funny, for canon reasons, let's just say Beyond has an unlimited ring of mending.
it perfect sense character-wise.
Perfect sense character-wise, it's funny, and I don't mind giving that away because it's barely going to come into any sort of useful effects.
It is only going to be
For flavour.
It's literally just used for him to repair the damage you leave behind in hotel rooms.
And I never know that he does that.
No, you don't even
No.
know he's got it. He keeps that well to himself.
I'm walking around thinking I am a badass motherfucker. I trash every room I'm in. People know Benny.
See, and that's how easy it is to get a magic item from me. Give me a canon reason as to why it makes sense, and yeah, sure, have it.
I think I'm a badass. I've got a reputation of leaving a room tidier than what it was when I got into it. But I think I've got that reputation.
Everybody's booking you because you leave the room so clean.
And I'm like, God, they love it. I'm a rock star. But yeah, Benny will be walking around with his shirt off.
Beyond's got a side hustle with like a cleaning crew made up of servants.
So Benny's room, and he's walking around, shirt off, just his trousers on, quill and paper, just trying to create a new song.
I'm picturing Benny as Russell Brand in Get Him to the Greek. If anybody has seen that film,
Yeah. Also, Russell Brand before allegations or after allegations?
Basically just Russell Brand. Yeah, jury.
Yeah, nothing's been proven yet. It's just speculation.
In the film, basically, he's doing drugs all the time and he trashes places and stuff. But if you've seen the film, you know what I mean. If you've not seen the film,
think
watch
so.
the film and you'll get it.
I've seen it, but it was a while ago.
Yeah.
And it is a good film. There's a bit where it's P Diddy, not P Diddy.
That's a cast.
Wait, no, is it P Diddy?
I don't know.
No, it's who's Sean Combs? Is that P Diddy?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Other allegations.
Yeah.
P Diddy. It is P Diddy that's in Getting to the Greek, right?
Don't know. Maybe I haven't seen it.
I think it is. And there's a scene where they're running away from him and he goes, "You can't outrun me, I'm black."
I think I'm getting confused with Forgetting Sarah Marshall because Russell Brand was in that as well.
Same character.
Oh.
Spin-off film.
Right. Okay.
Spin-off film with the character. It's still Aldous Snow.
Ah.
It's a spin-off where he's on tour as the character that he is in Forgetting Sarah Marshall.
I see.
If Benny is that nice man, Beyond is his Noel Fielding.
God, I love these guys even more now.
Crazy. Crazy.
Right. Anyway,
Yes.
back into it. House rules in session. Yada yada. Cool. So you're all. I say you're all. I assume Imril is now in the room. She's
No.
not sleeping there, but she's in the room.
Nope.
Chatting about what comes next, or is she
Nope.
outside?
She's sat cross-legged outside the bedroom door, and she's knotting together uh, the rug that she's pulled apart from her room into a different shape. So she's just sat outside, basically hand weaving, sat with her back against your door, like waiting for you to do something.
Cool. Do they know she's there?
Well,
Gotta
I mean,
assume not.
if
She's
it's
not
Benny-
not.
if
She's
No.
it's
made a
Benny's,
present,
yeah,
no.
if it's Benny's room, maybe she's sat there when Bjorn gets there.
Yeah.
Because if it's Benny's room, then
Yep.
What does it? Well, Beyond said that he'd be sleeping in the room on the floor,
Unless Benny kicked him out.
unless
Oh,
you
well.
kicked him out of the room.
Oh, I mean, to be fair, if I bring a chick back and Bjorn wants to sleep on the floor, Benny's not going to be too shy. He'll still do the business with Bjorn laid on the floor, trying to sleep, listening.
But as we're aware, at the moment there is no female in the room. Benny's not
No.
brought anybody back tonight, so
No,
Beyond
no.
slept the night on Benny's floor. So Benny and Beyond are in the room.
I mean,
Imril sat outside on
it
the
could
floor
be
using
there's
the carpet.
there's a communal bathing area potentially, so Imril is just sat outside of her sleeping area in like a communal space, but
No,
oddly in the way.
Imril can be sat outside the room.
Yeah.
That's not a problem. Imril will then be the first person to see
Mm.
one of the circus hands enter and come up towards the rooms to pass on some information. So you would encounter them first.
Yep.
So you will see let's go with a dwarven circus hand. So they look stagey, you know, like sort of circus show person-y. They're wearing sort of colourful garb, silly hat, you know, the whole sort of circus hand shebang.
Terrifying is what you're.
Yeah, and they will approach the room that you're sat outside of,
Mm-hmm.
and they're like, "Greetings, I bring information from Lady Esmeralda. Where are the rest of your group?"
She is just going to wide-eyed stare at this fancily dressed, extravagant person. Her hands are still hand weaving this elaborate thing that she's making, and just staring. She's not responding. Little, no, maybe a little too starey.
You'll be like, "Hello,
Hello.
I have information for your group. Where is everybody else?"
I do not know.
Might there be somebody in the room that you are sat outside of?
I would assume that there would be people in the other rooms, but I have not been in there, so I can't tell you for definite one way or the other. But what? Wait. No, I still don't know. I was trying to attune.
Would you like to move aside so I may knock upon the door?
No, it's important I sit here while I finish this. I'm perfectly aligned with the sunlight that was arriving in this morning.
Helpful. Then allow me to reach across you. And he'll lean above and just on the door.
Ian will leap from where he is straight over to the door. Open it. Hello?
Imril was leaning against the door. As you open it, she will fall backwards. Good morrow.
Hi there, Imril. Oh, who are you?
Greetings. I have been sent by Lady Esmeralda with information for you.
Please come in. Would you like a drink? Is there anything I can help you with?
Can you please remove the obstacle from the doorway, because I do not wish to tread upon her.
Literally pick Emerald over his head to then just put her down onto the bed.
I have my back to the door, and I'm not paying attention. I'm busy with Quill and parchment, and you'll just hear him shout, "How about this? Someone offered me a soggy biscuit. I didn't know whether I should risk it. Do you think we could make that into a song, Bjorn? I think that's beautiful. What do you think?"
It sounds like another hit to me.
The dwarf from the door goes, "I wouldn't advise it."
Yeah, maybe too simple. Yes.
How homoerotic is your band?
How what?
Homoerotic.
Hobo or
Gay
hobo?
are you?
Two different things.
How gay are you?
I'm very happy. Really wonderful to see you. Are you here for my autograph?
I see. I've been sent here to deal with imbeciles. Thank you very much, Lady Esmeralda. Okay, I have information from the lady.
Oh, hi. I'm Beyond, by the way. What's your name?
Nice to meet you, Beyond. My name is Gerald.
Hi, Gerald.
Which clan are you from?
The circus clan.
The circus clan. Those are
I am
interesting.
not from a clan. I was born an orphan. I was raised by the circus. Ergo, I determined myself from the circus clan.
That makes sense. Thank you.
And you say you've got some information for us?
Yes, Lady Esmeralda has heard from her stagehands that there may be clues around the actual circus regarding where things were stolen from. It seems the most likely place to look for clues to see if there is some sort of trail or trace or things to track to determine where things were taken to. That is the information is relayed to me, and as much as I understand it, that means go to where things were taken from. You might find clues. It seems pretty self-explanatory and straightforward. Don't know why I needed to come. I figure if you were half-decent investigators, you probably would have figured that one out for yourselves, but I was told to come here and tell you that, so...
Instigators.
That does seem like a logical conclusion. Where is this circus?
Just over there where all the big tents and lights are. He points through the window to a big tented area full of lights and circus tents.
Imral will sprint to the window and just like stare out of it.
It's okay.
Yeah,
It's only a
Imral will see just outside of like the upper class area where your lodgings are, just sort of in the distance, sort of on the outskirts of the sort of middle classy area, because it's not. They're not going to stick a circus in the high class area. It's not going to be directly in the middle class area. So it's somewhere sort of between like the poorer part and the middle class part, just sort of in that general area. So because they obviously realise that most upper class people probably not going to be going to a circus and doing all that sort of bollocks, whereas your lower class will and your middle class probably will. So it is sort of sectioned over there. So that's roughly where it is. So it's not in the area that you're in now. It's sort of, I'd say, about a 30-40 minute walk away into the poorer part of the city.
That makes sense.
So if that'll be all and you've got your information, I mean, I do work for tips.
Well, same as us.
My tip would be always look both ways before crossing a stream.
Helpful, thank you.
So what's this person called? Do we have
Gerald.
Gerald.
Gerald of the circus clan.
Gerald of the circus clan, because he doesn't know which dwarven lineage he's from. He was born an orphan and raised by the circus. Probably sold as a baby is the, well, unfortunate likely example, but...
Sorry to disappoint you there, Joey, but I'm not gay. I can't even give you the tip. I'm sorry, I saved that for the ladies.
He'll do a big deep sigh. You know,
Yeah.
I hate my job sometimes. And he'll just turn around and leave.
Imral will
Really sad.
Imral will turn to Beyond and just kind of go, I don't understand.
You're not making it any any clearer for her. I don't understand, and you just go.
And she's gonna mimic it back like ba-dum.
Now you
Before,
get it.
before we go, guys, I mean, if you guys want to give me, 10 minutes to prepare myself, I need to put some clothes on and that. If you guys want to leave the room, I just need 10 minutes to myself. I have a little ritual I do before I leave hotel room.
Oh,
Please don't, Benny. Please don't. Not again.
I would be very interested in knowing about the rituals of this area. I'm only familiar with my own clan's rituals. Please tell.
I pick up the nearest chair and smash it into the four-post bed and just smash the chair to bits.
Oh, what is the reasoning behind this?
I like to leave a statement. People remember when Benny's been in town.
So it is like a marking ritual, and she will pick up a vase and throw it against the wall.
That's the spirit. You do this every time you stay in an inn or anything like that. You make the biggest mess you can, and they remember your name. That's why they keep booking me.
That does seem rather wasteful.
I know,
You're
but
right. And
I-
it's so disrespectful for people.
I have a reputation, Bjorn. You knew this. I'm sorry, but I have to be true to me. And while he says that, he's just going to kick the table's leg off and everything on the table slides onto the floor.
And Imral's just gonna push a book slowly until it just goes thud, just like in a midway, like a cat, just like poof. Yeah, yeah. But not enough to actually damage it, but still enough to be partaking in.
No, that's not how you do it. And I grab a pillow and I just rip it so the feathers go everywhere. Come on! This is how we do things.
I think that's enough. I think we don't want to waste the day doing. Just we need to help the lady and get to.
Fine. You always ruin the fun, Bjorn. I'll get my stuff together. I'll walk out the room, leaving Bjorn behind. And oh God, you always slowpoke, always hanging behind. I don't know what you're doing in there, Bjorn, but hurry up. You said we have to go.
I just need to go back to my room as well. I'll be down in a minute.
Do I need to do that in my room as well?
No. You go downstairs.
No, Benny. This is a Benny thing. Do not
Oh.
be stealing my things. This is what I do. It's how people know Benny was here.
She will pick the book up off the floor and put it back on the table where she knocked it off, and then go and apologise to the vase.
It'll be okay. In a second, Emerald. You go downstairs to find Benny.
Come on.
Okay.
I've stormed off, head up, just strutting.
He's done his thing. He's trashed the room.
Done a bit of damage. Didn't go over the top because the place was really nice, but did
Sauntered
something.
off downstairs, presumably to get breakfast or a drink or whatever.
Yeah.
And Imra will trot afterwards because she's carrying everything that she had, including the thing that she'd woven together, like some kind of weird half scarf, half like covering thing.
And Beyond presumably is then doing his thing and repairing all of the damage.
Yes, he is. Oh God, he gets downstairs for breakfast. Come on, we're no time for that, Bjorn. You've been too long. Let's go.
Takes a sandwich for the road. So I assume then Beyond is fixing the damage. Then he'll meet Benny and Imril downstairs. You'll have some breakfast. Anybody drinking or anything like that? Anything?
If it's free, I'm double fisted.
That's what she said.
Just a nice bread. Oh, this is fancy bread.
It is very fancy. It's still warm from the oven, but butter still half melts when you spread on it. It's still
Not even mouldy.
Imril has piled up her plate and is cramming food in her mouth.
cool. Anybody imbibing alcohol of any description?
Nope.
Anybody getting leathered?
No.
If the alcohol is free and provided with the breakfast, then He's not going to
I
go
mean,
OTT.
your room and board has been covered. It is all inclusive. You can have as much of anything as you want.
It's early in the morning. He's not going to get hammered, but he's going to have 4 or 5 drinks, a light meal, but probably similar amounts of alcohol to food because he's a
Roll
slim
your
guy.
constitution to see how impaired you become. You're fine. This is your daily bread and butter. This is what you want a daily, but you're used to it. It's every morning for you is a slice of toast and 5 pints. Like you're used to it. It's just standard fare to you.
Yep. I get 85% of my calories from alcohol.
Yeah. He should change his name to Greg.
That might be his middle name then. From now on.
Maybe it is. Yeah.
I'm just going to take every apple I can find and put them in my bag.
That's fine. You can take as much fruit and.
Nope, just apples. Just apples.
Just
Just apples.
specifically apples.
Just apples.
Add 20 apples
Yep.
to your tree
Yep.
if you wish.
I'm gonna.
Beyond's bread and butter is bread.
And butter.
Nope,
No,
butter.
it's bread and butter. It's just bread.
Just plain bread.
Too extravagant for Beyond's palate.
It's got no mold. It's already fancy.
I'm getting kind of Baldric vibes.
but smart Baldric, not stupid. Like Baldric season 1.
Yeah,
Blackadder,
yeah.
Not Baldric season 4 Blackadder.
It's like I'm Baldric, but in the lead role,
Yeah.
and he is Blackadder as the servant.
Well, isn't that basically how it worked? Is like season 1, Blackadder was super intelligent and clever, and so was Baldric. Like he was reasonably intelligent, and then as it goes on, like the prince or whoever that he's serving gets stupider, and he gets a lower rung on society and smarter. It's like great show. Anyway, back to it. So I assume you're going from the lodgings to the circus ground.
Yeah, start making our way to the circus, I think. Yeah.
Do you think they have a big stage there, Benny?
No, because
Can you all
Sure,
tell
it
me,
wouldn't.
just because I'm not sure what you can see, are there squares on top of things
No.
that when you hover over them tell you what those things are?
yes.
Oh yeah.
Well,
I
one
just
of them
wasn't
is,
sure what showed. This is the sort of circus ground map generally for when we eventually get to a point where it's up and running and we have the fair. So ignore the squares for now. It will tell you what each sort of area is.
Nice.
Awesome.
Is that just?
Hi, Angela.
Hi.
No,
Hi, just listening. I
We
didn't want to
love you.
Good to see I'm not the chaos one.
That would be
That's Craig.
yes.
Craig. Can't take him anywhere.
No.
It's nice being the chaos one at times.
So you arrive at the fairgrounds. You can see the various attractions and things littered around everywhere, and you can presumably see a big cage just over on the right,
Yes.
which you would probably assume is where Bonesley was quartered before he was stolen.
Yeah, as we're walking there, yeah, they can't have a big stage here beyond. They would have booked us several times over. It must be a mediocre place if they have not invited us. The imbeciles. The name of the band, the Imbeciles.
Is that today's name for the band?
Yep. And you came up with it, Graham. Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah.
I would very much like to tune out of that conversation, and Imril kind of, because she knows we're looking for something, she's going to go into tracking mode. So I want to be really looking, trying to piece together what the feel of this place is, trying to reacquaint herself with what her forest is in this environment, if that makes sense. So she's always trying to apply what she knows.
Give me a nature check then to see how in tune with the place you can get.
13, which is neither here nor there.
You know, it's better than average. It's there's a lot going on.
Yeah.
There's still a lot of people everywhere. They're sort of half open, despite the fact they've lost a lot of exhibits and stuff. They've still got like some fairground sort of, shill games going on, like, throwing things at clown heads and all that sort of bollocks that you'd normally get at a fair.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, a lot of the major attractions have gone, so they're not in full swing like they would normally be. A lot of the sort of entertainment side of things is still running because, just because they've lost their major draws, they're still hoping to make a little bit of money wherever they can because they've, going to try and make the best of a bad situation. So a lot of the events are still going. It's just their major draws. So the Storm Giant and the Skeleton Dog, things like that, they're all still missing, but they are still running at sort of half capacity for attractions. So there are still things going on. If you want to partake in any of the events, you can feel free to do so. If you want to just carry on and investigate, that is the main reason you're here. But things are open if you want to try to sort of have a go at anything while you're here just for fun, or you can crack on with investigating the area. So with wanting to attune yourself to the area, figure out how it's different to your forest, it's hard to get a gauge with a 13. With a 13, it's hard to get a gauge on how it differs from your forest.
Mm-hmm.
It's still in a treed area, so it feels naturey, but there's a lot of interference going on. There's a lot of things happening everywhere, so it's very difficult to center yourself and sort of be, like one with the environment because there's just a lot going on.
I think what she tries to do is she knows her forest so well, she's trying to apply that feeling and ability to these new areas that she is experiencing. So trying to use the same skills.
She can feel the earth, she can feel all of the earthy surroundings that she would normally be able to feel, but she doesn't know this wooded area like she would her own home base.
And she can't track the movement of people as easy as she can the creatures that she knows.
She could if she was in her own forest.
Yeah.
She will be able to, do things like a ranger can, and like she would be able to be in forest folk. Like, she'll have advantages that people that aren't forest folk and rangers wouldn't have, but not to the degree that she would if it was a wooded area similar to where she was from or the same.
Cool. How many people are here, both carnies and regular folk?
So carny-wise, you've probably got 15 to 20, just sort of dotted about the various exhibits and things. General population, I'd say there's at least sort of 50, 60 people milling about at the various attractions, playing the games, having a good time. Maybe a little bit perturbed and put out that maybe they came to see the Storm Giant, maybe they came to see the Bone Dog, but neither of those things are here. So they might be a little bit put out that the things that they came to see aren't there, but there's still a decent big bulk of people. It's cool. It's not busy so that you can't see the wood for the trees, but it's busy enough that there's a bit of hustle and bustle.
I would like to walk around this by way of stalking various people. So almost like identifying people in the crowd and stalking them until someone else catches my eye, and kind of working it by like tracking individuals if any of them, for whatever reason, seem interesting to follow. Okay. I'm not trying to hide. I'm not trying to like roguey sneak up. Nope.
You're not being stealthy about it.
Nope.
You're just following
people around.
To be fair, in a crowd of 50 to 60 people plus like 15 to 20 carnies.
Yep.
There's a lot of people about. Nobody's really going to be noticing whether you're coming or going. You can roll me a perception just to see if you see anything untoward or out of place. No, everybody seems
+6.
reasonable. Everybody seems like they're just going about their day. Nobody seems suspicious. Everything seems completely fine.
Cool. That's what I'm going to do is trying to build up a pattern of what normal looks like here by stalking the people.
Yeah, that's perfectly fine. Not a problem at all. You do that
Cool.
successfully.
Yeah. Let's go to the cage. Let's investigate. And I'll start working my way over
Downtown.
to,
Doodle-oo-doodle-oo.
Then if you can control your tokens, I just put them on there for my own peace of mind. If you
Yeah.
can't, I'll delete them and you can just put your own up.
I can't move better.
Right, I'll just delete the ones I put on there for myself, and you can put your own up.
I'll start moving across, walk over. But my investigating is like, if there's a leaf, just lifting a leaf up like with just 2 fingers and not really investigating, but looking like I'm investigating, if you know what I mean.
So you're playing as an investigator without any specific investigative talent.
That's exactly what I am doing. I'm trying to look like I'm investigating, performing.
So,
Yeah.
but I won't have you roll anything. You will discover nothing because you're not actively trying to. You're pretending to investigate. Ergo, you find nothing.
Sounds good to me.
I mean, Beyond's going to. He thinks that we're under the impression we're actually looking, so Beyond will look.
Oh, I know we're supposed to be looking for something, and I tend to look like I'm investigating.
Because it's more important that you look like you're looking than actually looking.
Yes.
Beyond
No,
will look.
that to me makes perfect sense, and I appreciate exactly what it is that Scott's
Yeah.
trying to do.
Yep.
He's being a part of the RP part where it's like, oh yeah, we're investigating, but he's not investigating because he can't really investigate, so there's nothing for him to investigate.
It is all. Everything's a show.
Yeah, he's
whole world is
pretending
a-
like he's helping. He's got one finger on a heavy thing people are moving and pretending like he's helping. Yeah.
Come on, put your back into it, guys.
Yeah, come on, lift! And he's just touching it. He's not actually lifting nothing. Yeah, no, that I get that perfectly, and that makes perfect sense to me. So, Beyond, would he be perceiving the area or investigating the area?
I mean, at first, on arrival, perceiving.
Perceiving. So, roll me a perception. Cool. That's a good perception roll. You can see. Are you perceiving the cage or the area surrounding the cage?
Well, yeah, as we're approaching the cave, and that's where Benny says that's to look for. So he'll look at the cage and its surroundings, and if there's anyone.
Specifically, the cage or the area around the cage?
Area around the cage.
Around the cage.
Yeah.
Cool. So if you're perceiving around the cage, you can see a lot of tracks and stuff in that general area. Various footprints of new and old origin. Paw prints, which would have come from like a bone. I say paw prints, like skeleton footprints from a bone dog, leading in a direction. Do you want to roll me a? Let's go with an investigation just to see how you can sort of determine the difference. You can't determine the difference. As far as you know, these tracks could be Bonesley coming and going as normal. They could be recent, they could be old, you're not sure. You can see bone dog prints, you can see footprints, both to and from the cage, so it's hard to get any information from that.
You found anything yet, Bjorn?
I mean, there's paw prints everywhere, and footprints, but I don't know whose they are.
Yeah, that's all I've seen too. Yeah. Very good. Well, same page.
It wouldn't need a check to determine because you'd get it just from general visibility. It looks as though the cage door was broken out, not in.
Mm-hmm.
So either somebody's wrenched it open, or something's broken out of it. It's hard to determine which way it was, but it's bent outwards, not inwards. So nobody's pushed it in to get it open. It's been either pulled out or pushed out.
Would I know a bone dog? That's an unusual creature. What type of creature would that be? Is it a fae thing? Is it a beast thing? Is it a devil thing?
Undead thing?
Yeah.
I mean, with it being a bone dog, I'd imagine having had it described as a bone dog, you would probably infer that that was an undead thing.
Mhm.
But if you want to roll me a nature
Yeah.
to see whether or not you recognise what it might be,
Great, middle of the road.
it's some sort of undead dog creature.
Cool. I've seen these two bumble around for a bit, but then actually stop and look at this. So
I look like I've investigated
Yeah,
really well.
really well. I would like to use my primal awareness feature. I will pop it here, just the top part, so I can expend one spell slot to focus my awareness on the region around me. For a minute, I can sense whether the following type of creatures are present within a mile of you, or within 6 miles if I'm in my favoured terrain, which is forest, and it's not. So, if I
It's a wooded area, so arguably it could be determined to be forest.
well,
It's not
that's
a dense forest, but it's a wooded area, so
that's
foresty.
if you're happy for that, then I will be able to tell if there is anything. Now, it says here whether the following types of creatures are present. So it doesn't say I have to choose which one.
You can detect any aberration, celestial, dragon, elemental, fae, fiend, or undead within 6 miles.
Yes.
Given that we are classing this as favoured terrain.
Yes.
Because it's a wooded area, and what determines a forest? What is a forest?
What is a forest anyway?
It's an existential question.
Let's sit down and discuss it, because in my forest,
If you're in a big group of trees,
yes,
it's a wood more than a forest.
and they are friendly trees.
We'll call it a forest because it makes more sense for this. So yeah, you can detect that there are some, probably of most of those things in the area.
Of course there are.
Within 6 miles. I mean, 6 miles is
Yeah.
a big place. Maybe not most of those. There won't be any celestials. There won't be any dragons.
No.
There won't be any aberrations. You're in a wooded area, so there might be some elementals and some fae. There won't be any fiends, but there is a couple of pings for some undead.
Okay. I don't necessarily know this area, so this question may not. It will probably be indecisive. But in my own forest and stuff, how likely is it that I would run across fae, undead, that kind of thing, in the Everwood forests? Does this kind of magic and
in the Everwood, you would definitely have run across fae.
yeah. Oh, actually, because I have fae.
Elementals.
Yeah.
You would definitely probably have run across celestials. And there may be the occasional element of the undead, depending upon what it is specifically.
I'm just trying to.
Like an unseen servant, as far as I consider it, I know it's like a spirity thing, but to me, that's an undead.
Yeah.
In a sort. I know it's not, but it is and it isn't.
I'm trying to figure out that if something is pinging that I'll be like, okay, I know what that is, as opposed to, holy shit, guys, there's undead around here. I've never seen that before. So that would make sense. Now,
it would feel familiar enough that it wouldn't freak you out.
Yeah.
But it would be out of place for the area that you're in, because it's a civilized area, and this is just a carnival encampment just outside of civilization, so you wouldn't be expecting to find undead and fae and things in this specific environment.
If I can push my luck a little further, combined with that knowledge, and you've said there are some tracks around, is that enough to give me an indication of these bone dogs' tracks leading in the direction of where I assume an undead could be?
If you do a survival to see if you can track the tracks
Yep.
or a nature, then yeah.
Survival? No, too many people.
Yeah, there's a lot of tracks. It's very messy.
Yeah. Okay.
It is hard to get a handle on what starts where and
Mm-hmm.
where goes what. It's loose ground. It's very messy. It's difficult to get a gauge of what goes where.
I will relate that information to Benny and Bjorn. That there are a number of not necessarily unusual, but different types of beings that are in the local vicinity, which is about 6 miles.
Not a surprise, not a surprise. We have fans in all shapes and sizes. They come from all over to watch.
The tracks seem to lead off in a specific direction, but you can't determine from them how recent they are. They could just be Bonesley going for a walk 3 days ago. It's really hard to determine from the tracks that you can see whether they're recent or not.
While Imril's doing that, I'll be talking to Bjorn, and I'm just gonna give me a few minutes. I'm gonna try something, Bjorn, and I'm gonna start ritual casting detect magic, if I can.
Yeah.
While he's doing that, then can I? Is the cage unlocked and/or open?
It is
Ooh.
busted open.
Okay, so can Benny, like with his drumsticks, start like walking around, hitting all the bars on the cage? He's generally trying to see if they make a different sound, if there's a difference in the weakness of them, and then like is looking at the floor as well to see if there's anything inside the cage.
Yeah, sure. Beyond can try that. I can't see of a mechanical way that would determine anything. So yeah, I'm more than happy for him to be doing that. It achieves basically nothing.
You know, like if you knock on a wall, you might hear a spot that's
he's
different.
He's looking for a weak point in the cage, but I mean the door's wide open, so
it's just testing it all.
He doesn't detect any weaknesses in the bars or the surrounding ground, just the big wide open busted door.
Benny, I think it was the door. I think he went through the door.
Go on, guys.
I have just been reading my character sheet, and I do actually have something more that applies in this situation. If this is my favourite terrain, the bit at the bottom when tracking other creatures, you can learn their exact number, their sizes, how long ago they passed through the area, etc. And it says, when I make an intelligence or wisdom check related to your favourite terrain, you have a proficiency bonus is doubled if you are using a skill that you're proficient in, which is a lot of words. So I don't know if that gives me any kind of extra oomph for tracking in this woody forest area. Well, we've clarified there's trees. It's a bit woody.
Bear with me one moment.
Okay.
So this is while travelling for an hour or more.
But
so
I've been stalking people.
Over time with looking.
Yeah.
Yeah. You will eventually get to a point where you can have a look and go. Got it now. I'm honed in.
You want to buy some pegs, Dave?
Yeah.
So wrong.
No, that's definitely something that will be useful. Right, a quick 2-minute comfort break because I need a wee.
Cool.
I'm gonna also wee, just because I don't want Grape. just because I don't want Grape to do it alone.
Piss brothers.
How are you two? Or how are you one?
It's just me. Hi, how are you?
I'm alright. How are you?
While you're there, you're not excluded. It's just you guys are off doing your own thing, tracking down your own sources.
Yep, no problems. Well, I
Because
thought
you've
the
got
kids was
sources
a
in the
bone dog,
city, and
so
so
I'm
does
happy.
Alistair. So it
Haven't
makes
you
sense
kept
that
up?
you'd be off tracking other shit.
Yeah, no worries.
Mayonnaise.
I'll join on for a bit more of the call, but then I'm gonna go to bed.
Own sauces. Sauces.
Yeah, I'll be on for a little bit longer, and then I'm off to bed. So I'll say good night now and let you all get back to it.
No, I love you.
Night, night.
I'm not actually going yet. I'm just
No.
saying good night now.
Then we will say it again when you do go to bed.
Right, where were we? So Scott was pretending to help.
And then casting detect magic.
And
But
then,
what-
So
yeah.
with your detect magic, you're at a magic carnival, so everything glows.
Yeah, I assume
Yeah.
so.
it's like, the entire area looks like a firework display. There are just glowing lights everywhere.
Hey, I noticed something. You see that tent over there, Bjorn? Doesn't it look like the similar tent where I banged that barmaid at the last fairground we was at? Can you remember? I love that pleasure at the fairground. Hey, that's a song.
Pleasure at the
I've got an idea for another song there, Bjorn.
fairground.
Okay.
I thought about that when I had a pee. Yeah, but yeah. So,
Do you know what it's giving me? Genuinely, what it's giving me sort of like an example of is Futurama.
oh, the captain.
Kif and the captain.
Oh my god, it is! One of my favourite bits from Futurama is Kif is massaging Zap. It's lower, lower,
That's it, that Brannigan, I can't remember his
lower.
name.
Too low, too low. Lower.
Yeah, Benny is that, and Beyond is Kif.
That.
Kip does all the work, and Brannigan takes all the credit.
Can you do a?
I've had a brilliant idea.
I was going to say, Craig, can you do a horrified shudder?
Yeah, I mean,
It's beautiful.
to be fair, there's plenty of couples at the minute, I think, where embodying without actually the plan of it to be that originally.
Oh.
Right, I've lost track. Where were we?
So the dog was in the cage. The dog's no longer in the cage. That's some good investigating, guys.
As of yet, because D&D sucks when there's a narrative thing going on, nobody's rolled enough to actually investigate the tracks.
I will be crawling around on the floor following these tracks.
Have you come up with anything else yet, Bjorn or Emerald? Have found anything else?
I have found that there are many tracks, and in the area, there are many types of creatures, both alive and unalive, mortal and fey, the usual kind of mix. Whether it helps us, I don't know. I'm still talking to the ground on that one.
If it does help, so you found that there are tracks. You
Mhm.
found the cage. You found that the cage was either pulled outwards or busted outwards, and that there is evidence of undead and other things in the area. Lots of magic. You've also got an entire carnival of people who may or may not have
Seen something, yeah.
That was my next.
Mm.
That was the next point. But is there any sort of
Keepers.
keeper? Yeah.
Is anyone looking at us weirdly as we are proper going over this area?
In the cage.
No, because Lady Esmeralda has forewarned the carnies that there would be a group of strangers coming to investigate the area. So they were well briefed on the fact that you guys would be turning up and having a look around. They have been told to assist you wherever and however possible, as long as it is not of detriment to the carnival. So they're not going to help you by letting you win the games.
No.
Or anybody tries to suggest that they need to let you win to help. I see you, Scott. I see.
I just had another idea. Sorry, I'm being silly, but it's in character.
Yeah, but no one's giving us the kind of like, damn it. No one's giving us the stink eye.
Nobody's giving you stink eye. As far as they know, you're all there to help because they obviously want their exhibits back because more money means more payday.
Yeah, true.
So like they want the carnival back up to fighting power. They want the exhibits back. So they are more than happy to help if they can.
Mm-hmm.
So they're not giving you stink eye. They're also not moving away from their duties to come and help. But if you want to go and interact with them whilst they execute their duties, they will help you however they can.
Okay.
Is there anyone like at this desk for this sort of event, whatever is happening over here?
For the dog, like for the Bonesley exhibit.
Is that so? That was the Bonesley exhibit. So there's
The cage.
Yeah.
No,
The desk.
The desk there.
Oh, yeah. No, that'd be where Bonesley's handler would be sat, and they would be dealing with Bonesley in the cage, and then what is the stage area behind them. Okay. So they would be booking stage exhibits and dealing with Bonesley.
So can I go look at the desks? Is there a desk there? There's something to look at? Anything on top of it?
So there's the desk there. There are like stamped visitors' passes and things that are sat there. Various bits and pieces of general sort of carny paperwork. I mean, I don't know what sort of paperwork carnies would normally have, like a load of stamped armbands and
really
stuff
small.
like that.
It'd be really small handwriting. Because obviously they're
Tiny hands. Yeah.
Tiny hands.
Yeah. There would be a person there. I've not stuck a character token there because BR. But there would be a person there who would be Bonesley's handler and the person in charge of booking stage people.
Can I go talk to them?
Of course you can.
Hello? Hi
Hello.
there. Hi there.
Hi.
You're missing a bone dog?
Bonesley? Oh, Bonesley's my world.
You seem
Please
to be awful
find
calm.
him.
We're trying. I'm wondering if you could help at all.
I will do my very best.
Were you here when he got stolen? When did he get stolen?
Well, no, obviously not. If I was here when he got stolen, then he wouldn't have been stolen.
Oh, okay. Do you know when he got stolen?
Well, just yesterday, just yesterday evening, while we were all retired and asleep for the night. I can't guard him 24/7. I do need to sleep. I'm not an elf.
What are you?
Damn it. I opened myself up for this one.
You did.
Let's say that this is a...
Halfling.
Yeah, let's go with halfling.
Yeah.
Let's go with halfling because a dragonborn wouldn't be so funny. They'd be like, yeah, dragonborn dog. Yeah, no, it's a halfling. Yeah, it's a halfling.
Well, I'm sorry that Boneby is gone.
Bonesley.
Yeah, that's like
Not Boney. Bonesley. Get it right.
I hear you say that.
He was my best friend.
I hear you say that, and I come up with an idea. As we're trying to shout, I go, Bonesley! Just shout and see if he comes back as a dog.
He looks at you and goes, "You're not Matthew Berry."
Did you try calling him?
Father!
Bonesley! And then I'm going to stand there, listening to any bone dog noises.
Roll me perception. If you get a nat 20, you'll hear something.
You called it. Oh.
You hear something in the wrong direction. It's just a wolf. In the distance, the other way.
And all I do is go, swap hands and just...
Do you think you're hearing Bonesley? What you're actually hearing is a dog or a wolf somewhere in the distance.
I notice you listening.
Tomato.
I notice you listening, and I just go, but
Good one, Imrel.
And I know everybody gets
that right?
inspiration as
Was that
standard
right?
for my sessions, but Kat, you now have 2 inspirations.
oh, thank you.
Because I allow for them to stack.
But not each session's one stacks.
No, the free given one doesn't, but if you have one that was given in a session, it carries over. So if Kat doesn't use any inspirations, then she starts next session with 2.
I will need to. How are we going to record this on the sheet somewhere? I don't know.
Just on your notes, plus 1 inspiration.
Yes.
Just remember and trust that I'll believe it.
Yeah, that's probably not going to happen.
I trust when people tell me things happened in sessions because I don't record and I don't take notes. Currently, I have a blank sheet of paper with 0 notes.
For notes for this session, record that Kat currently has 2 inspiration points. Let's see how that comes across.
Sorry, Craig, you're talking.
I was?
Beyond, you're talking. Beyond was talking.
Has anyone ever tried to buy Bonesley?
No, but nobody's ever tried to purchase Bonesley. We had some, let's say, less than reputable people the last town over that were, I don't want to say unhealthily interested, but they were asking a lot of questions about, what we feed him and how we care for him and things like that. So that's a little bit suspicious, but I mean, they didn't give names, they didn't leave contact information, they were just sketchy looking people in, slapdash attire.
What sort of people? That might help what race they were.
I mean, race-wise, I don't know. I don't see race. I'll be honest. It's people are people. I don't denote them upon their appearance. They are just them.
Boom!
Woke.
I
Don't like it.
You seem to be blind and stupid.
We've got to market this, guys. We've got to be able to market.
And what have you tried doing to find your poor
What have I personally tried doing to find Bonesley?
Yeah.
I notified Lady Esmeralda that it had been stolen, and then she hired adventurers to find him.
Oh, so you personally just turned up and did nothing?
I personally turned up and did my job, and given that I'm not a tracker, I am a mere carnival attendant that can look after a bone dog in my possession and have no tracking skills or fighting skills. I'm unable to even attempt to track down or fight for him.
I thought he was your best friend.
Why the carnival has sought outside assistance from people such as yourselves.
You say you can look after a creature. Looks back at the empty cage.
I look after them whilst I am awake, but unfortunately, like I say, I am not an elf or a warforged. I need to sleep. and we don't have night guards because we don't have the finances to support that for reasons.
Well, it's been a lot of assistance in helping find your Boneley.
I don't know what you want from me.
Are there any elves or warforged that work here that may have been?
He's already told you
Like-
he doesn't see race. He won't know this.
I don't know.
So I've not really been too involved in this conversation, but after it's going, I was going to walk over and be like, "You, good man, where is the dog?"
I don't know.
If you was a bone dog, where would you go? Imagine yourself inside the bone dog. Where would you go?
On the lawn?
Where's the nearest lawn?
I imagine he thinks about being in the bone dog a lot of the time.
Is that true? Are you that close to?
He doesn't see race. Maybe. Right. Where would he think the bone dog goes? Well, Bonesley is very well trained, so it would have to be someone familiar with our training practices to be able to coax him from his cage and get him to follow. He would probably just follow his food. So if somebody had his food or something like what he eats,
What does
he
a
would
bone dog
probably
eat?
Mostly dead stuff.
I mean, most of us do. I know many people who eat living creatures. I mean, I always kill a chicken before I eat it.
Recently dead stuff. Recently dead stuff. So carrion or recently dead meat. I mean, Bonesley is particularly fond of humanoid scraps. So, I mean, if you had any people pieces, like, he would follow you against his
But-
training.
People penises. He eats
People
people
penises.
penises.
People
my-
pieces.
Oh,
Pieces
sorry.
of people.
Sorry,
Any sort of pieces of people.
Sorry.
If you had humanoid meat, he would follow that over animal meat.
When I misheard him say,
against his training. So chances are, if somebody's led him astray, they've probably used humanoid meat scraps, because he wouldn't leave his enclosure just for a bit of chicken or a bit of beef or a bit of pork. Like, it would need to be something
Oh.
really delectable for him.
Oh,
when I
oh,
think
oh,
he
oh,
said
hang on.
human penises, Betty takes a step back away from the cage.
I have an apple. Does he like apples?
No, of course he doesn't like apples. He likes meat.
Stuffed in a full hog roast, yes.
But a recently
No.
dead hog roast.
No, I've just got apples. Where did you get his food supply from?
I am not at liberty to disclose. You would need to speak to Lady Esmeralda as to the source of our provisions, because she determines the import. And he looks a little shifty about it. But basically what he's saying is he's not too sure
Yeah.
where the meat comes from
Or how legit?
or how legit the source is. There's just meat. Bonesley doesn't get people pieces
All the time.
regularly. That's just the
Special
thing
occasion.
he was in enclosure for.
Yeah.
It's like, it's so rare of a treat that if somebody had it, he would go against his training and leave for it.
Well, thank you, young man. You've been not very helpful.
You're
One more
welcome.
question. Do you have any sort of ways to tranquilize, maybe put to sleep Bonesley? tranquilizer gun, maybe?
I mean, I'm not sure what a gun is.
Crossbow, a tranquilizing crossbow. Come on, man, semantics. Just thinking of old school, Craig. That's what I was thinking of doing.
Yeah, go play on Harry, you're fine. Sorry. We do have a way to neutralize Bonesley. And he will provide you with 3 trank darts, which will function the same way as a dart. So add 3 darts to your character sheet as you ask for them. And they have a magic property that, if thrown at Bonesley, they will render him immediately unconscious.
Interesting.
I'm going to start messing around with one of these darts in my hand.
Immediately.
Throwing it up and catching it sort of theatrically. And I'm happy to automatically fail any sort of skill check you wish me to make while I'm throwing a dart around.
Do you want to automatically fail, or do you want to roll for it?
Well, I don't know if you heard. My first thought process was old school, where he sees the animal keeper and he gets the dart gun and shoots himself in the neck. Benny wanted to do that. Well, I wanted Benny to do that.
Okay, so you waste one of the 3 darts given and spike yourself. You are rendered almost immediately unconscious. And I'm going to say that that's for a solid hour.
Fine by me. I'm sorry, guys, but fine by me. Oh my god. Oh!
Can I take that time there, making no comment to what's going on? Because it could just be Biz normal practice. Everything seems odd. Of tracking further out beyond the stalls and the cages and the people, actually into the further.
Roll me another survival advantage for tracking. Hey, you needed that advantage.
Cool.
It's the same either way. With the fact that we're in your favourite terrain and you can track shit and yada yada yada.
Oh, my proficiency bonus would be doubled anyway, so it would be higher than that.
Well, there you go. So that'd be 21.
Nice.
Yes, you can now see more recent tracks upon further study, leading in a specific direction. Not leading in a specific way.
Amazing.
Away from the carnival.
Cool. I'm going to make a detailed note of all of that, and then return to the party, not commenting at all on what is going on. I'm going to continue speaking like both are conscious. If Benny is still unconscious, doesn't matter.
Beyond stood over Benny,
Yes.
like giving slaps just to try to. Not again, Benny. Wake up.
How hard is beyond slapping Benny?
Oh, with a not as so. To, like,
How much
bursting.
pent-up anger is he unleashing?
Oh no, it's enough force that you would have to slap someone, but not as if he was trying to take his head off. No, harder.
What? Like I got slapped in your media?
Yeah.
Oh no.
A proper slap.
In your media coursework, I got slapped about 17 times.
Like a slapsgiving. If anyone ever watched that.
Slapgiving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. How many of them?
Yeah.
Great show. Let's have for beyond slapping and Benny potentially waking up sooner than his hour of being unconscious, because that'll be a massive detriment to the remainder of the session. Let's have a strength from Beyond and a con save from Benny. Okay, Slappy slaps you awake, and you take 1 point of slapping damage, because it had to be enough to break through the trank. So it had to be hard enough that it broke through an hour's worth of trank. So you're going to have to take at least a point of damage.
Cut lip. Little cut lip.
Yeah, you got a split lip. You've taken 1 point of damage. You're now awake again. A little groggy, but awake again.
What's happening, Beyond?
I'm just going to. I'm weighing up if I should slap him as well.
If you want to slap him, do a slap, roll a strength.
I don't know. I think I'm just going to stand there for like a minute, just like do it. And I'm almost like looking at Bjorn like, should I?
How awake is Benny?
He's groggy. He's like, he's a night out, and he's woken up after a 20-minute nap.
Oh, fuck.
So
Okay,
if
I'm.
Beyond's nodding.
Yeah, I'm.
One more.
Okay. Then I will slap.
Yeah, roll a strength.
A strength, just straight strength.
Just straight strength.
Oh, didn't mean advantage still. 9.
Just a 9. You just tap him on the face. It doesn't really make a difference. Doesn't change nothing.
Hey, quit hitting me!
Feel free to have another go.
Yeah, I'd like. Oh,
Feebly trying to push people away.
I-
Stop
this is-
it!
You take another 2 points because Imril taps you on the face and it does nothing. So then she punches you in the nose.
Yeah.
And you take another 2 points of damage, but you're now fully awake.
to which.
What are you guys doing this?
Good morning. I have found a plot hook. I mean, some tracks.
Drugs are bad, okay?
I believe we can continue our adventure to find the bone dog, unless. Do you need again? Do you need hit? No.
No. I'm awake. I'm awake.
Is there something you need to do often?
Most days. It's amazing how often it is.
I don't say no.
Okay. I will bear that in mind.
Depends if we're having a good day or a good day.
What's the difference?
Getting slapped? Really?
Are we having a good day?
Okay at the minute. Okay.
Okay.
I mean,
Okay.
I'm gonna get the 2 darts.
Mm.
And I'm gonna
Smash them off him.
And give them. Yes.
Thank you. I mean, that was a trip, man.
Oof. They're not for you.
So as Benny climbs out of his K-hole, can we continue on? Is he just like chewing his face for the next hour?
Well, it's a tranquilizer. I don't think I'll be. Yeah.
Oh no, he's not jonesing on it.
No.
Yeah, if you think you've found something,
Yes.
because we're not finding anything with that fellow who's really bad at his job looking after the.
You say that loud enough so we can hear you.
Yes.
I believe I have identified the tracks of the bone dog once there was less noise on the ground. I had to listen for quite a while.
Well, you're doing better than us.
Yes, I know. I just told you I did.
You
Shall we
good
go?
man. I will find your dog. You can trust Benny.
I mean, by what I've learnt so far, that seems unlikely. But I admire your optimism.
We will find him. I have nothing but confidence in myself.
That seems true. Onwards! Let us go. And we follow whatever tracks I found.
So, you're all following the tracks.
Mhm.
So, you follow the tracks through the woods, and then you eventually get to a point where I would say, in the not far distance, but the close distance, you can hear conversation and chat, but it's more murmury. You can see the smoke of a campfire and sort of hear the goings on of a group of people.
Guys, you do great tracking. Bjorn, you look after me. But people, that's my skill. I have an idea. How about you let me go in first, and then I'll be out in a few minutes, and I might just be able to set the stage for you guys to come rolling in.
I have already hidden. You turn round and say that, and I'm. Yes.
Did we forget her?
Forget who?
Emmy? Where's she gone?
I'm going to move you all to the next
Mhm.
map, just for the sake of it.
How did we follow the tracks without her?
My man, never doubt Benny. If there's a way, Benny finds it. It's a natural skill. I have great sense of direction. That's how I can keep the crowd entertained. I know how to put on a show. I know how to read the signs. Benny just knows. Come on, you know this, John.
Okay, yeah. Well, if you think that's the best plan, then
I won't be long. I'm just gonna wander in, have a little chat. I will be my most polite and engaging self that I can be, and I'll be back in no time.
should I follow you, or should I stay here? I can keep out of sight.
I mean, perhaps find our friend Immy. If you find her, then maybe both of you can just stay out of sight. But you know, along the path which I'll be walking, and I'll walk back. I'm pretty sure pretty soon.
Okay.
And I'll start walking into camp. I will pull a rag out, and with my nose that's been bleeding in my lip, I'm gonna just start holding these rags to it as if I'm mopping up the blood as I
Nice.
walk into the camp.
Nice.
Cool. Feel free to put yourself on the map anywhere near the bottom.
Yeah, just come on the bottom of the map there, and I'm just walking up, and if I see people there, good men, could you aid me? I'm just mopping the little bits of blood that I have on my face as I walk across.
You see them all immediately reach for their weapons. They're not drawing them, but they are.
And I'll go with put a hand up in the air and one hand holding this rag, and I'll show them the
Because
blood.
obviously, you know, they're criminals. They are
Yeah.
expecting.
Guys, no, I mean no trouble. I've no, not of who you are, but no, I was traveling these woods, and I was set upon by two incredibly strong people. They asking me questions about crimes that have gone in the area. I knew nothing of it, but these guys were ferocious. I can't tell you how strong they were. I mean, one of them barely flicked me. Look at all this blood. I really hope I don't meet them again, but do you have any water or anything I can clean myself up with? And then I'll be on my way. I mean, hopefully they don't come this way, because they were terrifying guys. They were so strong. Man and a woman. Never seen anything like it in all my days traveling. And I'm really trying to sell that this man and woman are just so strong and to be scared of.
So most of them will have moved towards you.
Yeah.
Some of them have moved forwards a bit, but not quite. And there's one guy that's come right up to you. He appears to be, from the looks of him, the leader of the group. You know,
Yeah.
piss off.
Not very friendly at all, my friend.
Not trying to be friends, mate.
No,
Piss off.
I have no quarrel with you, sir. I'll happily walk away, but
I've got a quarrel with you. We don't want visitors. Piss off.
well, rightfully so. I didn't want visitors, and I was beaten pretty badly. But
I'll give you to the count of 1.
Okay. Calm down.
While Benny is distracting, can I make out any of the details if I'm using the cover to creep to investigate the camp?
Yeah, you can determine from creeping and surveying that it is a fairly open camp. Not as many tents as there are on the map. It's just the map that was there. There's a few tents. There's a cage in the middle of the tent with a bone dog in the middle of it, and that's pretty much it. That's pretty much all you can surveil. Is there are a few people around. There is a tent. There are tents. There is a cage with a bone dog in it, and then there are 5 people distributed around, with one telling Benny to piss off.
Is there a fire in the middle?
There is a fire pit in the middle, is smouldering with a small amount of flame left.
What's the condition of the bone dog, apart from skinny and bony?
Skin and bone.
Appears as unharmed as a bone dog can appear.
Yeah, cool.
He is a dog made of bones. It's unless you're
An expert.
particularly in tune to how the biological makeup of bone dogs works.
No.
I mean, roll me a medicine and see if you know what bone dogs should look like.
Middle of the road. Inconclusive.
No,
Looks like a bone dog.
Guys,
Looks like a dog made of bones.
You set a DC.
Yeah.
A DC could be 10 or 3 or 5, 15. Just because you get a 10, it can still be really good. Your DC is what you set, isn't it?
Looks like a dog made of bones.
Yeah.
So Benny starts walking away. He wasn't limping when he walked up to them, but he's really putting it on and limping as he's walking away, looking somber, still dabbing his nose and
Roll me a performance.
Oh, fuck you. I'm going to use my inspiration. We have inspiration. A 25.
That's something.
The guy turns around and goes, look at this pussy. He was that put out by being told to piss off. He's even more wounded than he was when he got here.
And Benny's just selling it. Benny's doing what Benny does. He's trying to tell him that 2 people who are absolutely badass beat him up and they're in this area, and he's walking away.
He doesn't believe you about people being beat up. He just thinks you're a massive fanny that doesn't want to get battered by him. Do you know what, right? Roll a retrospective persuasion for when you said there were people that were scary.
Persuasion.
He believes you that there's some really scary people in the woods.
But only to me, not to them.
He believes you that some really scary people in the woods, and as a result, he's going to tell his people to take a more fanned out thing so that they're covering all of the entrances.
They're actively looking around for at all sides.
They're now actively trying to perceive threat.
Good job.
Hey, I'm just doing it.
It's great. You convinced the camp that there are scary people coming from elsewhere, so now they're looking for the scary people. See, there are disadvantages to these things.
Hey, I'm going to walk back to Bjorn, and as I get there, I'm going to throw the rag on the floor. think I did it, Bjorn. They think you and our friend Ibby here terrible, terrible people who'll
Do
rip the skin
Leon
off their
and
flesh.
Imrill want to put themselves on the map for me where they wanted to be entering from?
Was that the plan?
I thought if they were scared of you guys when we get there, they may just give the dog over. Save a fight. Why fight if we don't have to? Make him sound as if you're that threatening that they don't want no piece of you and they're going to give that dog up freely. That was my plan.
I'm going.
And I think I did it well.
I'm going to pop up from a nearby bush
Ah!
Giggity.
and be like, I don't think that went well. But
Benny
Bel-
says it worked.
You're not a people person, Imi. Believe me, nobody could have done that better. It went perfectly.
at least we know what they look like now. I could disguise you to look like one of them.
Excuse me. Have you seen this? I don't give this up for nobody.
I'm
This
going
is the
to
moneymaker right here.
I'm going to blink and then turn to Bjorn and be like, I could disguise you to look like one of them.
Okay. Is that the plan?
I don't know. Just it's something. Or we could shoot them.
I'm going to give you 45 seconds to plan while I go pee.
Ooh.
Meta. I've got disguise self. So if you want to try and sneak and infiltrate, I can do that.
Isn't that just disguise you?
Oh, I could do.
And, well,
Yes,
I
self. Mm.
I would suggest as Benny that you guys walk in. I stay out of sight just for a little while. And if fighting starts off, I will jump in and help. But you guys go in there and try and intimidate them because I've told them you guys are pretty tough and threatening. That's what Benny would be suggesting to do.
What, go in and act tough?
Go in, act really tough. I've told them there's really tough guys here they don't want to mess with. So his thought process is that's what his plan was. Again, he's going to make plans and do plans without asking what everyone else wants
Yes.
to do. That's going to be Benny.
I'm going to look at Bjorn and say, we could be very tough.
Yeah. Yes, we can.
Like overcooked steak. It's kind of like really fancy bread. You've never had it.
Okay.
It's what I order when you get the bread.
Okay.
I'm not hungry. Would you like an apple?
Yep.
I've got an apple.
Please.
I'd take an apple.
So yeah. If Beyond's gonna have the apple, and he's gonna approach with the apple.
Cool.
We have a plan.
Yeah,
Something. We have
Yeah.
something.
it's going to go great.
Are we going together, or do you want to go around a different side? Should we try and sneak up on them, or should we just is it more tough to just go there?
Don't know what tough is, but I'm being more like Benny. So yes, we should go together.
I just imagine Bjorn's eyes roll inside.
So So we'll just walk up, approaching the camp. I've got an apple in hand, which I'm going to start eating in a menacing way.
And I'm just going to go. Okay,
No.
pop culture references. Imi is a bit like Mantis from Guardians of the Galaxy.
Lovely.
Okay.
So,
With less emotions.
Huh?
With less emotions.
just in her own way.
All the emotions.
Yes.
Not
Well, yeah,
necessarily used
Mantis
with her.
is like an empathy creature, right? She
But-
feels everything everybody else feels.
Yeah, but maybe a bit of that, but also the way it doesn't really know how to apply that. Just the way.
Yeah, but neither does Drax.
Yeah.
So
Ugh,
is she more Drax or is she more
probably a bit of both. Yes.
Mandrax.
Mandrax.
Man Draxtis?
A bit like that. Yes.
Right, so have we determined a plan of action?
Yes, it's
Foolproof
going to be. It's going to be great.
plan of action.
Great. What could go wrong? Everything.
Cool. Well, currently, baddies are set on watch and guard and shiz. So it's to you guys as to what happens next. Do you want to be an initiative or do you want to not be initiative right now?
No.
Okay, so you tell me what do.
So just before the guys leave, I'm going to cast Bardic Inspiration on Bjorn. They'd be like, "You've got this. I've set the wheels in motion. You finish it off, Bjorn."
Okay, I can do it. Tough.
So you clean up after me, Bjorn. That's how we do.
So me, Bjorn, and Imril are going to approach. We're going to walk tough and menacingly towards the camp. Not stealthy, and Bjorn in particular is going to be eating an apple as menacingly as possible as he's approaching.
Okay, feel free to approach.
I'm following behind, but keeping in the bush so they don't see me.
You will get warning. Stop where you are when you're within about 10 feet. So where you are now. Yeah. Who are you and what do you want?
I'm Bjorn.
Hello, I'm Imril.
We're here looking for stupid bards and bone dogs. Have you seen any?
We've come here to kick ass and eat apples, and we're all out of apples.
Who bites an apple?
Okay, well, he's got an apple, and no, we've not seen any bone dogs, but there was a stupid bard, and he went your way about 2 minutes ago.
Yeah, and we got him. Good.
Right, well then fuck off, because there's no bone dogs and no stupid bards.
What's that over there?
It's not a bone dog. Fuck off.
It is a bone dog. By
You're
nature.
right. It is a bone. It is, isn't it?
It is.
That's a bone dog.
What evidence do you have that it's a bone dog?
It is a dog, and it is made of bones.
Right, it's a dead dog with no skin.
That is a bone dog.
Well, it's
Bonesley.
dog bones, but that doesn't make it a bone dog.
Bonesy.
How is it not a bone dog if it is not a bone made of dog made of
It's dog
bones?
Dog bones don't make a bone dog.
Well, what
If I
does?
gave you 27 leg bones from a dog, they are bones from a dog, but they are not a bone dog.
So how would you know what a
They're
bone dog actually is?
It's missing one bone.
I'm taking a step forward.
Is the dog moving?
You took a step forward. Breathe.
That's definitely a
Look,
bone dog.
it moved. It moved.
Yeah, it moved. It moved.
Prove it.
Okay.
Hey, I'm gonna walk past him.
Yeah.
You tried to walk past him.
Yeah.
You're going to take an attack of opportunity. Not an attack of opportunity, but you're going to take an attack.
Okay.
Or at least he's going to attempt to attack you with his multi-attack.
Can I throw an apple at him?
So he makes 3 melee attacks.
Ooh.
1, 2, 3.
With advantage.
No, it's just on the left.
Okay. The second one hits. No, the first one hits too. Just 2 of them hit.
19,
All of them hit.
19 and a 24, yeah?
Yes.
9, and then 6. I don't know. Ignore the 1. Sorry, 8 and 6. 14. And we'll drag you back to there before you set off because he's hitting you.
I'm assuming at that point
now we're going to roll some initiative. Yes.
so slow.
Oh, God, I hate
So
all of
slow.
you.
Oh, and mine,
I hate all of you.
and I forgot that I get +2 on that because I'm a Gloomstalker. So.
I thought 17. I rolled well. Jerks.
Hang on, right. I need to open character sheets now for various shite. 1, 2. 3. Nope, only one of them opened. Brilliant. I hate Roll20 so much sometimes.
I sometimes just roll a d20 and just guess what the text is.
Oh, no,
This is
I'm
new.
not bothered about what their initiative rolls are. I want the character sheets up.
Oh, yeah.
Otherwise, it'll just be their generic dex plus modifier. Right. So... 21.
Dick.
21.
Not you, the bandit captain. Seems like a dick. He just seems like a bad guy.
You know, the Battlespire war cry, which adds my strength modifier to my initiative roll.
Yeah.
Can I do that even though I'm not war crying until I go raging?
Well, you war cry. Hang on. Have you got it typed out on your character sheet? Because it's been a long while since I've read it. Can you? Yeah. Oh no. So right. So you don't actually have to do anything. It's just when entering combat, you add your strength to your initiative, up to your proficiency bonus. So if you want to do that now, entering combat, you add it.
Yep, that's my bonus.
What's your proficiency modifier now? 3, 2?
My strength modifier is a 4.
What's your proficiency bonus? So is it +2, +3?
2.
+2. So you can do it twice before a long rest.
Yes.
So if you want to do it now, you can add your strength modifier to this initiative roll.
Yes, I do.
And then you've got one more use of it.
Yes.
And it's
22.
4 for you, right? So that puts you on 22.
22.
Sweet. Only 7 for the Master Thief. 21. And then I need the 1, 2, 3 bandits. They're all going to go on the same initiative. Oh, over 20.
Oh, I'm glad I added that then.
So we've got Beyond with a 22, Bandit Captain with a 21, Bandit with a 20. Then we've got Imril and then Benny.
Yeah.
Still last.
No, the Master Thief is last.
Not last.
The 7. Cool. Right, we are in initiative order, and we are starting from the top of the round with Beyond.
After taking a couple of attacks from the bandit captain, Beyond is going to turn around to him, holding the pick, his mother's guitar pick from around his neck. He's suddenly just gonna burst into a rage, shouting, "You shouldn't have done that!" And bonus action to have a rage.
Yeah.
And then he is going to recklessly attack this guy, draw out his rapier and recklessly attack this guy.
Okie dokie.
Does a 22 hit?
It does indeed. No sneak, right? Oh, wait, no, you got advantage. Yeah, you got advantage because of rage.
Because of my recklessly attack, I automatically
So that's
get
11 damage, yeah.
Don't think we have any more attacks at this level.
Which sucks.
It's the best. Build it up. Build it up.
So I think that will end my turn.
Cool. That's his attack next. So he's going to make his multi-attack again. That's 3 attacks. That's a 16.
Miss. Or not hit.
That's an 18.
18. Matches, yes.
And then an 18.
Matches, yes.
We've got 7 and 7, so 14 halved is 7.
7 is the magic number.
So you take 7 damage because you're raging, so
Correct.
halved, obviously. So
Yep.
Next up, we've got the bandits. So this one is closest to you. 5, 10, 15, 20. So is this one. And then 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So you're going to take another 2 attempted advantaged attacks from bandits. That's a 16, will miss. And a
Meep, 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 meep.
that's 7 halved, so that's 4 damage. And then the other one is going to take a light crossbow attack at Imril because she is close enough to fire at. That's an 18.
That will hit.
For 7 piercing damage on Imril.
Yep.
That's the end of their turn. Next is Imril.
Okay. Imril is going to. What's she going to do? First of all, cast bonus action first. Yeah. Good.
Either or.
Yep. Cool.
Wherever you want to cast your bonus action, you can.
On the bandit captain, Hunter's Mark. Ooh.
What does Munter's Hark do?
Munter's
How
Hark.
come everyone gets homebrew stuff but me?
20, 30, 40 years from now, we'll all be like, oh, Hunter's Mark, that's a new thing.
I guarantee
Yeah.
D&D will have gotten rid of Hunter's
Yeah.
Mark and we'll still have it in our game.
As a homebrew, it will come back round. But if we homebrew it, it'll have to be Callum's Mark.
Yeah, once D&D eventually get rid of it,
Yeah.
it's Callum's Mark.
Yeah.
Or Mullerum's Mark.
Yeah, I like that. Okay, so I am going to mark the bandit captain, and then I am going to.
He's also called Mark, so it's Mark the Bandit Captain.
Oh, is that his name? I'm going to. Do my speed. I'm going to take the attack action and shoot it with my longbow. And then, now it says here, if I take the attack action, I can make an additional weapon attack as part of that action. If that attack hits, the target takes an extra D1 damage. So I get 2 attacks, but is it the second one that it applies to, or the first one? Oh no, actually, let me. It's that bottom paragraph. I can make one additional as part of it.
If the start of your first turn of each combat, if you take the attack action on that turn, you can make one additional weapon attack as part of that action.
If that attack hits, so is that the second attack that hits or the first one? Because I'm always reading that. Yeah.
At third level. Did you add your wisdom modifier to your initiative?
Yeah, that was 18, and there was a +2 on that. I'm going to give myself a macro for it.
I would say it's the second attack.
Yeah, that's what I'm reading it as.
Say, yeah.
If you take the attack action on that turn, you can make one additional weapon attack as part of that action. If that attack hits, the target takes an extra 1d8. So yeah, you make an attack roll.
Then I do.
And then you make another attack roll for a second attack.
Cool. So I will longbow attack the captain with Hunter's Mark. So that's
miss.
What's the? Oh, that's for the archery style. So I'm going to take another. That's
you get another attack.
Another. Mwah.
And that gets an additional 1d8, so that's your regular damage plus 2d8.
And 2 Hunter's Mark.
Yeah.
2d6.
Oh, yes.
The 2d6 for Hunter's Mark.
So 2d6 for Hunter's Mark.
Longbow.
Oh, yeah.
So that's 10 plus 7
yeah.
plus 2d8.
Plus 2d8.
11. So 10 plus 7 plus 11 is 28.
Yeah. And then I am going to run, because as part of that I get an extra 10 foot of movement as well, which I don't think I'm going to need. Oh, no, I didn't mean to ping anyone. I wanted to... 30. I'm going to try and hide, like, in these bushes stuff down here. And that's the end of my turn.
Cool. Next is Benny.
Benny, seeing what's going on, is going to step out of the bush there and be like, I tried to warn you guys! And then, first thing, then this will hopefully help everyone out, is I'm going to cast Fairy Fire in a 20-foot square.
Nice. Especially as they all clump together nicely.
So everybody, I think all the enemies will be having to do the dexterity saving throws, which some of them may pass, but my DC is 14.
And that's us as well, isn't it? Because it's every object.
Is it? Oh, is it? Does it do everybody?
It says each object.
Oh, I thought it was just like enemies. Well, you was going to be recklessly attacking anyway and getting advantage. Passed it.
And it's a dex save, was that?
Yeah.
Oh, I wouldn't be in there anyway because I'm hidden in a bush.
Yeah.
How big is that?
Every single one of the enemies failed.
Beyond saved.
They all had pluses for dex save, and every single one of them failed.
I tried to warn them. We're badasses.
The Master Thief had a +7. He rolled a nat 1.
And then bonus action. Oh, I pressed the wrong one. I need to press that, don't I? And then it's on to Bjorn. I'm going to heal him for 10 HP with my healing word, which will be. What's the word I use for heal? Heal! Just heal, I think. Makes sense, doesn't it?
Especially if there's a dog. Does the dog like heal?
Yes. It's very confusing.
Yes.
Sometimes I say it and I'm surrounded by dogs. I don't know what's going on. That will be everything I can do, I think.
Cool. Next up is the Master Thief, who is going to attack Beyond with his multi-attack. That's 3 short sword attacks, and one of these will have sneak attack because he's got allies within 5 feet.
I recklessly attacked.
Yeah.
He recklessly attacked, so that's 24, 15, and 23.
2 hits, top and bottom.
So that's 10, 7, and then I need 4d6 on top, which is 14. We'll put the 14 on with the 7 just because it makes more sense. So that's 10, and 21 is 31. Half is 15 and a half, so 16 damage to Beyond.
Looking bloody.
Get up, you pussy, Bjorn. Come on. Come on, man. You're making me look bad.
Then it's going to use cunning action to take the disengage action and just move back up there because it can. And then we're back at the top of the round. Hang on, are we? Yeah, back at the top of the round with Beyond.
How's the captain looking?
The captain is looking bloodied.
Let's stick at it. Going to recklessly attack him.
You don't need to.
Do I not?
He's got fairy fire.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah,
Sorry,
yeah.
I don't need to recklessly attack.
Yeah, he'll be gloating, won't he?
So I'll just attack not so recklessly with my rapier.
Nice.
20 will hit.
For 16 damage.
He's not looking good.
And then it's his go next.
Well, then it's my bonus action. Now, it doesn't say how to use this ability. My guess is a bonus action.
Yeah. Yeah, you can use that as a bonus action, so you're immune to piercing, bludgeoning, and slashing for a minute.
Yeah, please.
Meaning that you genuinely cannot be hurt for this fight because they have nothing even remotely magical.
Ideally, yes.
Yeah, so you're good. So you don't need to worry about being punched in the face. They don't know that. At least for now, until one of them hits you.
So that ends my turn.
Cool, Bandit Captain's turn. He's going to try and hit you. Because why wouldn't he? He doesn't know that you can't be hit. So he's going to take all 3 attacks. Or at the very least, he's going to take his first attack.
Misses anyway.
And it misses. Then he's going to take his second attack.
That would hit.
And it would bounce off and you'd be left completely undamaged.
And then they realise just how hard he is.
So he would realise, oh, I can't damage him right now because I've just hit him and he's done 0.
What do you think is a mistake?
No, because he knows he's just stabbed at you and it's done nothing. He knows he's got through. He knows he's hit you.
Oh, then.
But it's not her. I would think. Surely. I mean, like, if you were trying to stab something and your stabs were doing nothing, you'd realise they were doing nothing, surely.
Would you know after the first one?
The first one is...
Would be a question, but it's your call, Graham. Whatever you say, we roll with.
Let me see what his intelligence thing is, because maybe not. He's got a +2 to intelligence. I'll roll an intelligence. Anything above a 15, he knows. Anything below a 15, he doesn't. That seems fair.
What about on 15?
and then potentially, if you wanted to do it, the DC drops after every hit because he's going to be realising. You could, if you wanted to do it that way.
It's an 11. He doesn't realise that you're immune to damage, so he'll try again, and it would have hit, but it does 0. So then he checks again. He still doesn't know that that's why he can't hit you. So that seems fair. I'm good with that. Next up is the bandits. 2 of them. That's them trying to fight you. And they're not particularly smart, so doesn't hit anyway. And doesn't hit anyway, so they're a waste of time. Next is Imril.
I am going to attack the captain again. Still got Hunter's Mark on him, so just a longbow.
Advantage.
Oh yeah, I thought I'd tick that, but I didn't.
I didn't roll advantage for the bandits. Doesn't matter.
No, he didn't recklessly attack. He's.
Oh no, we didn't. It was a fair fire. Yeah.
So I'm guessing that one hits.
Hang on, bandit captain.
Yeah.
The 15 hits as well.
So
15. They both hit.
Oh no, not they both hit. There's only one. That was with advantage. I've only got one hit now.
Yeah, so you hit either way. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And that's Hunter's Mark at the top.
11 damage.
Yep.
He did.
Sweet.
He did. How do you want to kill him? Any way specific?
Straight through the throat.
Cool. He is choking on it, and he is dead.
Cool. Now, because it's such a new spell, I haven't quite memorised how it works yet.
You can use a
bonus action to move it.
To somebody else.
Okay, so I'm going to use my bonus action this turn to move it on to this guy over here.
The other bandit.
Yeah. And that's my turn.
Not a problem. Next, we've got Benny.
So, seeing who approached me and was giving me all this jibber jabber fall to the ground, then I'll just use my speaking action to say, "You all don't need to die, but that piece of shit had to die. Walk away. We only want the dog and all your money and any magic items you have, potions, basically anything valuable you have, we want."
Roll me a...
And their clothes!
Roll me a persuasion at disadvantage.
A 10.
Unfortunately, no, they're not buying it.
Cool. And then, because I'm a bard, I am going to cast vicious mockery on this one here.
Cool. DC 14 Wisdom save for Bandit 3.
Yep. With that sword, it looks like you're really compensating for something.
Nope, that's a fail. So that's 4 damage.
And a jibe on his manhood.
Cool. He's got a small dick, and he feels sad about it.
Oh god, I don't feel bad because Benny feels like he don't care what this measurement is. He feels like he's 85% dick.
He is about 99%.
100% of the time, 65% of the time, every time.
69% of the time.
Oh yes, thank you.
Anything else?
I mean, I've still given the bardic inspiration to Bjorn, so I think I will just bonus action how's Bjorn looking health wise? I know he's not getting hit at the minute, but how's he looking?
He physically cannot be hurt for the next minute.
Yeah. He looks bloodied in that, so I'm just gonna do a level 1 healing word as my bonus action rather than
Also, I'm not cheating, but I'm also going to stop trying to hit Bjorn.
I know, but Bjorn looks blooded, so I'm going to give him another 6 HP.
Mm-hmm.
he actually still looks blooded,
but it looks less blooded. He looked blooded before. Well, I've been keeping an eye on the football, guys. The football has been an absolutely ridiculous game tonight. Sorry. I'm guessing you haven't seen the score, Craig. Went 2-0 up. Then they went 4-2 up. And then we scored 3 goals in like the last 10 minutes of extra time to win.
That sounds like a great sports ball game.
It does.
There was lots of kicking. There was kicking and balls and...
I haven't even been watching it. I've just been like occasionally listening to what's happening. You might have seen me at one point when I was just like this. It was just.
I thought it was because we were doing great.
No, it was because Graham was doing great.
Yeah.
What a guy.
Go sports team.
Anyway, so that's me done. I'm then standing there looking all fabulous.
Cool.
Blue Steel.
Is the Master Thief, who is, I want to say, smart enough to realise Bjorn can't be hurt now, because he's seen 2 people try and hit him, successfully hit him, and have it do nothing. That seems like a reasonable assumption that he would know, okay, that guy's got some shit going on where we can't hurt him. So he's going to move down here. I think would be reasonable. And he's going to attack Benny, because Benny's there and hasn't been attacked yet. Oh, wait, no. No, he doesn't want to do that, because that's lame. Unfortunately, that's all he can do. You know what, right? Because cheap bullshit, I'm doing it just for my own benefit. He's going to use his bonus action to hide in a bush, because he can. Because you guys do that shit all the time. Then he's going to attack Benny with advantage, so that he can sneak attack.
Do we get a perception to see if he hides?
No, you don't. No.
Okay. we see a guy run into a bush, and then where did he go?
Sure. Roll a perception.
No, it's okay. I'm just.
No, it's a fair comment. Roll a perception. Just Benny.
Net one, net one. It's only a 12.
No, you don't see him.
No.
If it was a 15 or higher, fair. But no, you don't see him. So he's going to roll an attack with advantage. And, I mean, it's only a d8 plus 4 and then plus 4d6. But, I mean, that's meh.
Yeah, it's not a lot, is it? I mean, my damage is 1d4 at the minute.
And he's got to hit you first. 25, because it's with advantage.
Ah.
Yep, on my light armored character, that'll hit.
That's a 5 plus 4d6. So 20.
4d6?
That's what the Master Thief's sneak attack is. It's 4d6.
Fuck.
I look very, 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 very blooded.
But that's his turn, and then we're back to Beyond.
I will. Beyond will turn to, let's say that one there, and
Just for reference, these guys have 11 HP, so it's not going to take much to kill them.
That's more than me.
and with his fairy fire, not recklessly attack, but still have advantage.
Still advantage, yes.
Whoop, whoop, whoop.
Against their 11 HP as well.
Just go one shot him.
16.
Yeah, he's dead. He's dead as fuck. He is the deadest that dead has ever been.
Mm-hmm.
and then turn to the next one. You've got one more chance to give up before you're next. And that's my turn.
Cool. Bandit Captain's dead, so then it's the bandits next. The one next to you is going to try and hit you again, even though he can't. So I'm not going to bother rolling it. It's just going to do nothing. So we will skip to Imril.
I am going to shoot at this guy that has the hunter's mark on it.
Oh yeah, I forgot there was another bandit. Ah well. Fuck him.
Oh, he goes last, doesn't he?
No, that guy's not actually taking a turn.
Oh.
Ever. I forgot that they
He's
existed.
just watching.
I mean,
Because he's so good at hiding.
in the evidence of time, I'm quite happy to switch to the one in the bush instead.
You can't see him.
Well, if the other guy wants to kind of like,
Let's assume that one doesn't exist.
who's
So
that?
we've got one here, the one over there that's hiding in a bush. So if you want to fight that one,
Yep. Well, would I have put my hunter's mark on him before he hid in the bush?
let's assume that you did, yes.
Okay. Does that mean I can track him?
If you put the hunter's mark on him before he's in the bush, you know he's in the bush.
I know he's in the bush.
He's not hidden from you, he's hidden from everybody else.
That's very true. So I'm going to shoot him now. Well, I'll try to.
It's
11.
advantage,
Oh.
sure, why not?
Bardic inspiration.
There we
No.
go, that'll hit.
One of your luck dice.
Oh, I do have inspiration. Yeah, I would have
wait,
used.
He did fail. He was under fairy fire anyway, so he wouldn't have been able to hide. But
Because
I'm
he would have
taking
been
the
lit
damage.
up in a bush.
Yeah, I'm taking the damage. We're not going all the way back there.
Yeah, but for all that nonsense.
Yeah, no, yeah. Yeah.
He barely hurt you anyway.
pretty much 2/3.
Should have called it out last turn.
Well, hey, I'm not asking to go back. It's
Um,
all gravy.
That's my turn. I'm staying where I am.
So he's taken 10. Cool. Another one of them is gone. Right, so we've got one bandit, one master thief. We're on Benny next.
So I see where that arrow has just gone, knowing what hit me last.
Also, he's glowing with fairy
He is.
fire.
I'm going to cast Shatter at him.
And,
Oh,
And then-
yeah.
I mean, that roll there is 3d8.
and
That
does he
is
shat
max damage.
himself? He proper shats himself.
Big cord on the loot to create this thunder damage. Face melting solo.
Con save against a 14, yes?
Yeah. Takes half.
I'll take 12.
12 damage. I'm just amazed at 3. I've never rolled a spell.
I mean,
like
that is
3d8s.
perfect damage, yeah.
That is
Brilliant.
beautiful.
No, I can't do that.
Anything else for Benny?
1 second. I would like to, as a reaction, cast Silvery Barbs on him for succeeding that throw.
Okay, so that means I re-roll it, yeah?
Yes, please. You're probably going to pass it anyway, but...
Yes.
Still passes it anyway, but I'll give the advantage to Bjorn as he's in the middle of the scrapping, even though he's immortal and killing everything in sight. But I'll give that advantage to him.
Cool.
And that's everything for me.
5, 10, 15, 20. It's going to get to you
Yeah,
because you're attacking it.
I did.
Now it can make 3 attacks with its short sword.
Night, guys.
Oh, is he going to stab himself with the dart again?
It's an 18,
Hits.
a 16,
Hits.
and a
hits.
17. So that's an 18, a 16, and a 17. 8
I'm down.
and 6.
I had 9 HP left after that attack.
Oh.
From all the sneak damage, I was down to 9.
So the 8 left you at 1. The next 8 rendered you unconscious. And then the next one is an automatic fail on a death save. So you're at 1 negative death save.
Yep.
Cool. Beyond.
Question. I was unconscious. Would it be an automatic crit?
No. If you
Okay.
take damage whilst unconscious, it's just an automatic failed death save.
Yeah, I'm just thinking because I'm laid there unconscious. Surely there's no trouble in hitting me. But yeah, that's cool. I thought
No, because that'd be too unfair. The way I understand it, if you take damage whilst unconscious, it's 1 failed death save.
Yeah.
Unless it's crit, then it's 2.
Unless it's nat 20, then it's 2. But it was a regular hit, so you take the 1. So you're at 1 failed death save. No successes. And we're back to Beyond.
So they're no longer glowing because I assume you had to concentrate on glowing.
Yep.
Yep.
But I have advantage from Silvery Barb, so I don't need to recklessly attack. So I'm going to rapier this bandit fella. One shot that dude.
Yeah, he's dead. Yeah, they've got 11 HP. He's dead.
Well, that's overkill.
And then leap straight over to Benny! And just, completely Hulk leap straight into this guy. And I don't have any way to... Is there a way to attack with my... I don't think there's a way to attack with my bonus action offhand, so I'll just do that and then my turn.
Cool. Bandit Cat will be next. He's dead. Bandits will be next. They're dead. Imril.
I'm going to hit the hunter's mark guy again with my longbow, and I'm staying where I am. No.
Nope.
Inspiration or.
Oh well, yeah, I do have inspiration.
Feel free to. 2 seconds. I just need to pee. I really, really need to pee. 2 seconds.
Cool.
I just don't, and I'll kill him next. You can't kill me.
Yeah, true. But I'm gonna I'm gonna.
Do it.
Yeah, I'll get rid of one of my inspirations, so I only have one inspiration left on my sheet. And do another one of those. Now, see, what is it with my second one being far better? Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you. Ooh, that does a nice chunk of change.
Ooh.
Don't mind if I do.
Max on the hunter's mark, max on the attack roll. That's max damage on your.
Yeah. Let's see how that one shakes out, shall we? We should have used one of the darts.
Well, that's for the dog.
We haven't got them.
You've
I know,
got them.
You've got them.
I've got them. I'm too angry to darts people.
Yeah, true. I mean, imagine if you crit failed and darted that Penny again.
I'm already dead.
Yeah.
Don't double dead me.
Knock him unconscious so he can't make a death save.
So sad.
24, Hunter's Mark, 18. Cool. Yeah, he is not quite blooded as of yet.
Right, well, that was my go anyway.
Next is Benny. Death saving throw, please.
Yep.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Next is the Master Thief, who's going to attempt to attack Bion, not knowing that Bion is impervious to attacks. 1, 2,
Miss.
3.
Would have hit.
And it does 0, so there's no point rolling damage. But he is now aware that you can't be injured at this time. Back to Bion at the top of the round.
There's no other way to get advantage, so let's do it recklessly.
Hey, you didn't need it, but you took it.
They needed it for Steak.
12. 7. Bloody. Looking bloody.
And that way, my turn.
Dead Imril.
I am going to see that Benny is in trouble. Can I sneak through the bushes? And I don't know.
You can sneak under Benny's bush. If you
Yeah.
wish.
And I'm going to use my action to help stabilize. Yep.
That's a medicine check, please.
I would like to use my last inspiration.
You CPR too hard. You CPR too hard.
Poking at the holes.
That's another fail. So that's a crit fail and another crit fail attempting to revive Benny.
That's incredible. You got him.
It doesn't help, it doesn't hinder, it does nothing.
I'm trying to feed him apples because an apple a day keeps.
I so much want this to have some sort of meaning, but I can't.
That
I'm-
ones don't have to be quick fails.
I'm happy for it to have some sort of long-term effect after I survive. Maybe she's done something, and I'll have a long-term.
Well, I mean, you're
Indeed.
next, and that really determines how this is gonna go.
Oh god, he failed the last one then.
Are you ready? Do you want me to send it to you?
Yeah.
Has he gone? Has he gone?
Is this actually the first player death we've had? Apart from no, yeah.
I only had 32 hit points. You guys took 3 of them off me, and then 20 in one hit. I never stood a chance. Poor Benny.
We hardly knew him. I feel like
Oh
we knew him.
shit!
Oh yeah. No one liked him. You see Benny quiver one last time.
And he
before
finally goes flaccid.
the beat in his heart is silenced forever. God, how hard are you gonna slap Benny after this to try and wake him up?
Very.
Jesus.
It is Easter.
That's my turn.
That was a good turn, that way.
Thank
Good
you.
turn.
Thank you.
Full
Great
moon.
turn. It's going well.
That's my turn.
Who's next?
Who's next?
No, I can't do that.
Them be the ways the dice rolls.
But
I did-
it wasn't
Remember five.
even unfair.
Death saves, I rolled a 7 and a 2. I have no inspiration. them be the rolls.
A 2. At least
It's
it wasn't a
okay.
one.
It's okay.
No,
it's the way
you
it
get,
happens.
you all have inspiration at
I've
the
already
start
used
of
it.
the session.
I've already used it once. I used it on my performance, and then I got the nat 20 afterwards. The way that cookie crumbles.
No, because I don't want to be killing people.
It's just the way it happens.
No, it's not. Not
Dice-
this early.
I mean,
Dice,
look,
the
it's.
dice were rolled.
I mean, it's DM's rules. I mean, we could have it so that he is like proper dead unconscious and comes back with a million levels of exhaustion, or it's Scott if you want to take it and roll another character.
It's the way we've rolled. It's the way it's come up. I don't take anything personal. I tried to save, and
we're a little
Benny. I mean, all the best musical artists died.
Was he
before their
27?
time. He was 27 years old.
I mean, we're a bit too low a level to go on a quest to hell to get him back again.
But
'Cause-
you're not. You could get him back, but does anybody care? Apart from Beyond. Does Beyond even care?
Beyond is going on a solo mission to battle his way through
Mm.
hell to resurrect him.
I mean, this Master Thief is going to have a horrible time.
This wasn't even a hard fight.
I know, but we're not very.
We do
We're
have
not,
that other person who stood by
we're
watching.
not very strong. 4d6 damage is a lot when you've only got
Hmm.
30 HP.
Yeah, but 4d6 damage could still be 4 damage.
I know, but I only have 14 AC.
If I
With
had
advantage, you was always going to hit.
I would have been dead a long time. A long time ago.
I'm
So-
fine. I'm only 2 hit points down because I
Let's
hid in a
keep on
bush.
rocking. Let's keep on rocking. It's perfectly hunky dory.
Okay, if we're cracking on,
Mhm.
Benny's dead.
Benny's dead. I'm going to delete this file I have on my phone of all our band names, Craig.
I wouldn't just for now. We can resolve this.
It's D&D. It's a death in D&D. It's supposed to happen. Craig
Was it-
game.
It's never happened.
Fuego.
Before.
Fuego.
That was story driven
Yeah,
and
no.
intentional.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm happy to wear that medal of martyr.
First-
I mean,
first one
person
down.
Who
Unintentional
died,
down.
Who died?
Have you got another character in mind then?
No, but I mean, Craig will tell you if no one else knows this. I love making characters. I almost enjoy playing characters as much as I enjoy making them.
Mm.
I mean, I might make.
I'm used to characters dying. I've seen characters dying so often in other games.
Right, come on, let's kill this one now.
I might make a cleric called
The
Shadowheart.
Master Thief knows that he can't hurt Craig because he's already tried and it did nothing. So he's going to move to Imril. He's going to move away
Opportunity
from
attack,
Craig,
please.
so Craig gets an attack opportunity.
Does that has advantage as well? Recklessly attacking.
If you were reckless from your last turn, yes.
Can he stand on Benny as he walks past him?
Being
I'd like to add my
Bill's
bad
not hit.
inspiration to that.
You'd like to re-roll. Oh, your body. Yeah, that'll hit.
But do you have your bardic inspiration if he's dead?
Last action.
Oh, his last.
From beyond the grave.
And I do get sneak attack because it's a different turn.
Yes.
He's almost dead. He's going to attack Imril.
I win.
You die first.
I win. I'll see you in hell, bitch.
So is that the really? Oh, yeah, that's gonna hit.
19, 10, 16.
19 and 16 hit.
That's 5 and 6. So 11.
Thank God he doesn't have an advantage. Like an extra 4. Was it 8d6?
Oh no, it's sneak attack. It'd only be once.
It'd be an extra 4d6 if he had advantage. but
I
he
mean-
hasn't got.
Only once per turn.
I mean, I'm blooded.
Are you still bloody, Craig?
Yes. Yeah, I'm still blooded. I haven't taken a hit for ages. I'm still blooded, and I got healed.
So we're back to beyond.
Reckless.
Oh, do I get?
Nope.
Do I know? What about my turn? Do I get to hit him?
You hit him.
You went before Benny.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, you went before Benny died.
Yeah, yeah.
No, 15 won't hit.
Too soon.
Okay, I'll use my inspiration.
18 will hit. Almost.
That's what she said. I mean, it doesn't matter what
Next
Jimmy
is Imril.
Okay, so as part of my Everwood combat training, my ranged attacks in close quarters are no longer made with disadvantage, so I can just longbow him
True.
in the face from standing right in front of
You
him.
can indeed. You can shoot him in the face with a bow. Yeah.
I'm going to stick it up his fucking nose.
Ooh, kinky.
A miss.
No, you're not.
Huh?
No, you missed it.
No, I don't have any more inspiration.
Does he like twang the arrow never leaves?
That's my go.
Which means it's his go. He's going to continue to attack Imril.
Yep.
That's 3 more attacks.
Yeah.
She's down too.
Yes, that hits. No, that doesn't. Yes, that does.
I mean, I've just looked at my calculator. I think the Master Thief's the CR5, and it
Jesus
says for
Christ.
three level 3, a deadly encounter is 2 CR2 monsters.
You're the level 3.
We're level 4.
Oh, we're level 4.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, so yeah, 6.
But but a
Yeah,
level 5 is.
one CR5 monster is
Come
a
on.
deadly encounter. And I can verify that. If you need verification, I can verify
Yeah,
that is in fact true, Graham. You are a man of your word.
Okay. I
He down?
no, but I probably can't take another hit.
Well, do something about it, guy. Oh, sorry, no. I'm gonna roleplay.
Back to Beyond.
Recklessly.
Hits. Dead. He had 1 HP left. Dead.
That happens so much on Baldur's Gate.
I know, it's so annoying.
He's still going.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you can smash him to paste. He's done.
I am saving one last bit of RP for anyone who wants to come and see Ben.
Yes.
So as you
Yeah.
try and rouse him,
Mm.
the thing you notice is the bulge in his trousers slowly
Oh.
shrinks as the blood starts pumping around his body and the flagpost.
He flies at half
Oh.
mast for the first time ever.
The flagpost falls. This is the first time Bjorn has ever seen him without
I'm
an
not
erection.
happy about any of this.
Graham, have you Graham? You've got feelings.
This is D&D. Them's
Yeah.
the way those hits go.
Man.
Enjoy it. It's all fun. I get to roll a new character.
Right. The annoying thing is one roll. One roll. That's all it needed is one more attack roll to go in your favour.
Yeah.
You wouldn't have died.
Not only that,
It wasn't unfair. Even though it was a hard fight, it wasn't an unfair fight.
Cat tried the medicine checks and 2 nat 1s on the bounce. It was the way
It was meant to
dice
be.
gods, the way the dice gods wanted it to be.
Yeah.
But that's not fair. I don't want to kill the players. That's not the plan.
You didn't kill the player. You killed the character. I'm still here. You didn't hit me that hard.
The player's not
You
there. But
didn't hit me that hard.
We're not good at this bit of D&D, are we? Because it's always like consequences, but I don't like it either.
it wasn't even that hard of a
No.
fight. Like, you had 3 enemies that had 11 HP.
Although we did have another one that you took off the board as well, and if he was still around, it would have got messier.
No, because he also only had 11 HP.
Yeah.
Like, he was not. They weren't difficult combatants. You had like 3 trash mobs that had like 11 HP and 14, 15 AC, so not hard to fight or kill at all.
Does the Bone Dog have a special ability to be able to retrieve souls from hell?
Decent, but they didn't have special powers. They were just tough fights.
Yeah, the
And
bandit
it
captain.
was 3
and
against 1 or 2. It's,
the bandit captain had double HP for me, and I think the other guy had triple my HP. So it was a good fight.
well, yeah,
We held our own.
Master Thief sits at 84 with an AC of 16.
Yeah, my calculator says that's deadly.
But
Uh,
that
it
to
was.
me doesn't feel deadly.
It's just 4d6 is a huge chunk of damage to take with 30
If it hits
HP.
you with its sneak attack, but if it
Yeah.
can't sneak attack, it's pointless.
But them the way it rolls.
That's it.
No, I don't like it. I'm not happy about it.
Well, I mean, 2 things. One thing, you're god of this game. So that it's nothing to do with anybody else. You're god of this game.
Well, I
You
was
can
going
do
to
what you
say,
wish.
maybe the Bone Dog has the ability to, it holds a soul within itself.
Don't make the dog bone hump my dead body. that's how he comes back to life. Now Benny's got an extra bone in his body.
Either
You
that,
get hooked by Bonesley, and that's how you get revived.
either that, or Scott, you have to come up with a character concept so amazing that it just blows Benny out of the
You
water.
know what I'm happy with? You get humped by Bonesley and he gives you your life back. He humps the life back into you.
As long as these 2 do not look away once,
Has
I
every
want that to scar them both.
It's
and them to never tell me that I died and what
They
happened.
have to watch it And that is what happens. You get the life pumped back into you by Bonesley the Bones Dog.
Has anyone seen the first ever episode of Black Mirror?
No,
No.
I need to
I
watch
can't
it.
remember it.
Apparently, there was a dead, a skeleton dog going around.
No, it was a pig and a prime minister, but that was something.
Oh.
Yeah, yeah,
That's the David Cameron, right?
yeah, pretty much. Anyway, good session, guys.
I'm very sorry that I murdered one of you.
No, you're not.
No, I genuinely am.
Listen, one
OG
thing-
Graham would have loved this.
One thing I've learned about Graham
Yes.
is Graham really likes the idea of
Hmm.
killing us.
But I don't ever want to.
No.
But when that happens, he feels overwhelmingly guilty, which he shouldn't. The
No.
dice killed me, not Graham.
Very true.
That's true. It's not
Yeah.
my fault you rolled bad.